Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. And of course, hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Gemini and cross watchers that energy is fluid, time is fluid, roles could always be flipped or reversed. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And with that being said, this is a July tarot love reading. I'm going to be asking Spirit, what is happening in your love life in July? What do you need to be aware of, know about? Anything I can uncover that is a little bit hidden from you so you can know the truth of the situation. I'm so excited to do this. I hope you are too. So let's go ahead and get this started. But I like to start off by doing my readings with a mini meditation to clear and set the energy. If you don't have time for that, I completely understand. Go ahead and check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps. For those of you here with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ring this sound bowl 3 times. And during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life. If there is a certain someone, start thinking about them now and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So I have the sound bowl back here. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say about your love life in July. What is the energy that's going to be present in your love life? What do you need to be aware of and know about now so it won't take you by surprise when it happens in July? Tell me about this. So first we have the Hammer. Okay. So this could be earth energy. I'm already getting kind of strongly. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. You could have strong earth in your chart. You could be dealing with an earth sign. Doesn't have to be the case, of course. But it says sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. And this person's like making a ring. So I wonder if there's someone that is in the jewelry business, really is known to wear nice jewelry, maybe has like a specific necklace or ring that they always wear, hardly ever takes off. Just some confirmations for some of you guys. They could also be someone that is an engineer, someone that creates something with their own hands. But anyway, there's something here that someone wants to work on you with, or that maybe some of you guys have recently got back in a connection with someone to work on things. I do feel like this is a turning point in the connection in July. Like this month is going to show you if this is really going to work out or if it's just time to move on. And someone knows they're on the chopping block, which is making them want to really dedicate themselves to impressing you, to convincing you, to making you understand that this is the best way, but they better have every sort of means to match that than what they can just explain to you, because you can see past their words now. And what matters to you currently is action, nothing else. So are they willing to take the action here? I think that's what you're testing in July. Tell me more about this energy for Gemini. Tell me more about this energy for Gemini. What's happening in July? What does Gemini or cross-watcher need to know about this? You got 2 cards. I'm going to take both of them just for you, Gemini. So we have North Node, life's purpose. Whoa. Okay. There's a purpose behind this exact timing of this connection, how everything has played out until this exact month and moment. There's a purpose behind this. And with the North Node, it's meant to evolve. It's meant to move forward. But again, I think it highly depends on the actions and what someone's willing to do for this if they want to move forward with you. Because you can move forward by yourself. You can learn all the lessons and say thank you. but you're really hoping that they'll take the steps, they'll take the initiative so they could be on that journey with you. But there's definitely a soulmate contract here between the two of you, as far as there was the purpose behind you two meeting, purpose behind everything you two have experienced up until this point. But again, there's something that's meant to shift. There's something that's meant to move. So how is that going to shift and move? I think that's the question here that you're asking, frankly. And then we also have void of course moon with missing. Okay, so with the moon energy, I can always say that this could be with a Cancer or someone with strong Cancer in their chart. There's something that was missing in the connection, which is why if they can make up for it or prove that they could have this with you, it's the one thing that's missing from your idea of feeling safe and secure in this. So that could be emotional availability. That could be consistency. That could be accountability, responsibility, following through on someone's promises. I feel that's a big one here. Promises, words. All right, I'm done hearing what you want to tell me. I rather see it for myself. And if that's missing and if that continues to be missing, I think you'll know what to do, Gemini. All right. You're giving someone an ultimatum here, but I feel you're completely justified for it. Someone may be experiencing some skin issues recently, whether someone's been breaking out, having eczema, psoriasis, vitiligo. I don't know. I'm just seeing that for someone here. An outbreak. Tell me more. What does this person want to say to Gemini that they haven't told Gemini? I want you. Well, that's clear, I guess. And I think you've heard that before, right? So I don't think that's surprising. But again, just because you want me doesn't mean that's what I need. I'm flattered, right? But I expect more and I deserve more. And you're going to have to prove it to me that by trusting in this and by holding space for this, that this will be best for both of us, honestly. But it's time to prove it. It really is. That's the vision you have, and that's what the pressure they're under, definitely here. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot to get deeper into this. Okay, the Tower and Death. Whoa. Mars energy, so Aries, Scorpio energy, and big time Scorpio energy with death. A shakeup. There's something you are really making clear has to change within this connection. And I think the seriousness you have behind these words and behind your intention of it is giving someone a big wake-up call. This is something you're not going to let slide anymore, make excuses for anymore, or let them make excuses for. You are saying this has to happen or I'm done. And that's the mindset you're in, and that's the mindset that's going to initiate some major change in the connection here. And with the Tower, there is something unstable. There is something that was built off of faulty security, and it could have been due to, the inconsistency you let happen, or the, okay, I'll do it this one day, or I'll do it tomorrow, or just the thoughts of a future that just kept on getting further and further away. Every time the time came, it was another excuse. Not anymore. And even some of you guys may have had to put a breakup or a break between the two of you so they could really understand you're serious about what you want. You're serious about what you need to have. And this shattered them. This completely gave them the big hint here that something has to change, and there's not going to be any excuses for it at all. There's someone I'm seeing here where environmentalism is very important to them. I don't know why that's coming through as a confirmation. Maybe a conversation about it has been brought up, or someone's job is involving environmentalism, or hobby is environmentalism, volunteer work, stuff like that. What is crossing this for Gemini? 2 cards again, my goodness. So we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. Ooh, you're holding out. You've been holding out, of keeping your boundaries very clear, not wanting to reach out to them, not wanting to give them any sort of inclination that you are not going to accept any other behavior that needs to change. And they've been trying to get back with you. They've been trying to hang out with you, see you again. But with the Three of Cups, it feels very light, and it feels almost as if like, I don't know why you're being so angry. We can just settle this later. Let's just enjoy ourselves now. I don't know what the big deal is. These are things I've said to you before. But it's like, all right, well, not my problem. You'll figure it out. And you've gone like completely cold on them. Or maybe once you were Three of Cups with them, happy to hang out, happy to get drinks, happy to have fun, and to just let things slide. And Four of Pentacles, no, not anymore. You mean business. And you're just not going to tolerate it. You're going to close yourself off, your energy off until they get it. And they have been really upset by the fact that they haven't had the same access to you and your energy. And I think you have definitely turned down invites from them to, come over to hang out, and they felt upset by that. But even if you wanted to, that by giving in, it would just delay more of what you're looking for. So you couldn't do that to yourself, Gemini. And you're making them see the respect you're holding them accountable for if they can maintain. What is crowning this reading? Someone really loves your hair, or you really love their hair, or someone is like a hairstylist, works at a salon maybe, owns a salon, you or them. Obviously not for everyone. Crowning this, we have strength. Yeah. So Leo energy here. I do feel this is mainly coming from you, right? There are times when you feel lonely, or you just say, okay, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just, in a bad mood, and I just am throwing all this pressure on them. But then you remind yourself, no, I really do deserve this. And as hard as it is to stay away, as hard as it is to not give in, I owe that to myself. Someone may be doing some strength training right now at the gym, lifting more muscle or lifting more weights, gaining some muscle, toning themselves, and it looks pretty good. And someone may already start to see the results of that. But overall, I think just generally with the strength card crowning the reading is that you are really hoping that they'll have the courage and the guts to go about this change that will be a requirement for you. But you also are preparing for the worst. And if the worst happens, I have to still be strong. I have to still know my value. I have to still know my worth and maintain that distance if they can't respect it. And that's huge, Gemini. It really is. You're not an easy catch. I can clearly see that. You're not just going to abide by a lot. And even if you did for this person for some time, again, it's not going to continue. I wonder if someone has recently adopted a rescue dog or a rescue cat recently. I'm just feeling that, or maybe even just that's one of your pets. I don't know why. Maybe you're bonding with them more now that this person has been a little bit cleared out of your life. And maybe I'm also seeing some of you guys that could be strengthening a friendship here. That this friend, your best friend, your sibling, I don't know who, is really helping you ensure that you're being very strong in the way you're dealing with this. And they're supporting you and they're encouraging you here. Because they know how hard this is for you, involving this person. What is reading this? The moon. So this is Cancer energy, Pisces energy. I do feel that there is still a lot of fears hidden beneath all this. Now, if it's coming from their end, it's, can I really commit to this? Insecurity almost. Gemini is asking for so much, demanding so much. Is that something I can actually give? And they're freaking themselves out over it. And just definitely, for anyone, the Tower and the Death card could be very destabilizing and very illuminating in the ways that the shadows of someone's behavior could be coming to the surface. And the ego of what they have to kind of face within themselves can be very scary and very hard. And it's definitely been coming up more and more. I do feel that they've been having dreams about you, Gemini. Daydreams, or, when they go to sleep at night. And I think that these dreams are telling them something about this and the seriousness of this. I think their angels, spirit guides, and ancestors are really trying to send them all the signs intuitively through confirmations, numbers, signs, synchronicities, animals, bugs, I don't know, whatever you name, to guide them to making the right choice. Because right now, through your maintaining your boundaries, they feel left in the dark, but this is something that they need to figure out. And that's something that is putting on their plate to figure out. And I do think if you have been maintaining this boundary, you have been feeling their energy from time to time. With the Moon card, they definitely send that psychic energy out to you to let you know that they're thinking about you, that they want you, that they miss you. And maybe that's also where strength has to kick in, because you're feeling that energy so strongly. But if it's not making up for the fact that there's something missing here in this connection that you need, there's that reminder again of being like, despite the ego side of me that wants to stay in this because I would rather be in a connection than not have what I deserve. That's the ego, right? That just wants to maintain that security. But your higher self knows. Your higher self is very activated and aware that there is things missing that, if it continues to go on, may never be made up for. And that's a lot scarier to you than anything else. But trust me, this whole wake-up call has really freaked them out, Gemini. And they're currently going through dark night of the soul right now to figure out what they can do about this. But I also feel this dark night of the soul is also intended for them to grow up, for them to evolve, for them to mature. And this is their only chance. From now to the end of the month, I see it. What happened in the recent past that led to this? Okay, 3 is too much. I'm sorry, Gemini. 3 is a little too much. But hey, Spirit wants to talk to you. I wonder if you guys pull your own cards and have been getting the same experience. Okay, the King of Swords. There we go. Yeah. Aquarius energy. So I feel in the recent past, they've tried to reach out and maybe, again, come with that 3 of Cups vibe, knowing that maybe you're upset with them, annoyed at them, pissed at them. Sorry about that. Let me get this fixed. Okay, there we go. So, annoyed at them, pissed at them. They're thinking, hey, maybe I can just soothe it over by inviting them for dinner, inviting them to come over, some drinks, and then hopefully with the amount of fun we're having, they can forget about it. Nope, not with the King of Swords. I think they were really seeing that when they tried to reach out or tried to correspond, you've been cold, direct, blunt. Maybe you even called them out on certain things. And it felt very different from what they're used to with you, Gemini, being bubbly, being, optimistic, being very smiley, but not this time. There's another side to Gemini. Let me tell you, that's why you guys are the twins. And I think initially when people meet Gemini, because you guys are so fun to be around and you're so bubbly and you're so charismatic and confident, at least the Geminis I know, people kind of underestimate you at times or think, oh, they're easygoing, so they're not going to mind if I do this. And then once you piss a Gemini off, man, you'll get the hint, okay? And so I think that's exactly what happened here. And you had to say what you had to say in the way you wanted to convey it and communicate your frustration, communicate your anger, or communicate your disappointment. Trust me, they got the hint. And I think that conversation you had with them in the recent past really is what gave them the tower moment and the initiative to want to change. It was a side of you they didn't see, didn't know you have, but very much understand now. They took notes. And now that's why they're trying to find ways to improve this. But I think it was very positive for you to speak your mind and to speak your truth. I think if you kept it all withheld, there would not be this motion and this start of this change that is already starting to happen in July, or at least they're trying to make happen in July. Now, others of you, they could have been King of Swords with you, which is, again, the emotional availability that could have been missing. And that was your last straw. I mean, just really rude text messages or replies or just disinterest. And maybe they were acting out that way because you were changing your behavior around them because you wanted to show different expectations. And you gave them a taste of their own medicine. Geminis do that very beautifully, I must add. Okay. To see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to the end of July, you need to be aware of and know about. Is this going to work? Is this not going to work? What else can I tell you about this person and situation? We're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. Before we go, I'll give you a little sneak peek and say 7 of Cups. Wow. So I think this person was unprepared, and I know you may be frustrated with that, but truly I think they just were not ready for this cutoff. They weren't ready for this break. They weren't ready for you to go your separate way or to maintain these boundaries. And so now they're on an emotional roller coaster. Scorpio energy, by the way. They are trying every way they can to understand the complexity of your feelings towards this, of what they need to do in this. And so they're trying to figure it out, but they're feeling very overwhelmed at this time due to the pressure, due to the urgency. But I think if they don't have to make it as complicated as they're making it. I think it's pretty simple what you need, what you want. And it's something they very much can deliver and very much what they have. They just need to choose to use it, choose to do it, and have it come from the heart, not just to please you. Anyway, Gemini, if you want to join me for the extended reading and you really felt this was your reading, I promise there'll be more answers and clarity for you. You can go ahead and open up the description box of this video where you'll find the link to Patreon that will take you to the extended reading. And while you're there, I posted a really cool pick a card reading involving your sexual soulmate, what they're all about, the purpose of you two uniting, and it's just a really good reading. So if you're interested in that pick a card, I'll be leaving a link to that in the description box of this video as well, in case you're interested. But if this is where we depart, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope it resonated. I hope it gave you the clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.